Hello students, good morning. Here we are today with the physics lecture in which we are studying the units and measurements chapter, and now we are towards the conclusion of this chapter. In today's lecture we are going to study estimation of errors. Okay, so errors in measurement are important aspects, and today we are going to introduce ourselves to errors, the different types of errors in measurement, and how we are going to go for estimation of these errors. Okay, so the unit for study today is errors in measurements. Errors in measurement. Okay, now students, in fact you all have carried out many experiments in physics till now, correct? So when you carry out any experiment, in fact in general, see for example you must have taken readings for Ohm's law, right? Did you take only one reading? No, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say a series of readings, and as an answer what do? You find the mean. Okay, you find the mean of all these observations. Why are we doing that? It is because we are liable to cause errors. We do errors whenever we are recording the observations. In order to minimize these errors, okay, so that our answer should come very near to what is the actual value, we take a lot of readings and find their mean. Okay, so you actually are used to these errors. You know what are these? In fact, you are trying to minimize these errors when you are taking multiple readings of an observation, adding them up and finding out the mean of it. You are trying to eliminate these errors, okay, right from your lower standards, but you are not actually knowing what do you mean by an error. So let us study what is an error. Okay, now what is an error? Error is in fact something that will be leading to faulty measurement in our observations, in our recordings. These errors are broadly classified into two types. Into how many types are they classified? Into two types. Okay. What are these two types of errors? The two types of errors are the first type is the systematic error. And second type is the random errors. Okay, so students, errors can be systematic or errors can be random. Now let us understand what do we mean by systematic error and what are random errors. Now in order to define the systematic error, what are systematic errors? These errors do not happen by any chance, okay, but these are introduced by inherent, in fact, inaccuracy of the system. How do they occur? They occur by inaccuracy, not being accurate. And this property is inherent to the system. म्हणजे सिस्टीम मध्ये जर का इनॅक्युरसी असेल तर तुमच्या ऑब्झर्वेशनमध्ये एरर येणारच ना. ओके, मग सिस्टीम मधली इनॅक्युरसी म्हणजे काय? से फॉर एक्झाम्पल यू आर मेजरिंग लेंथ. ओके, एक एक्झाम्पल घ्या. तुम्ही लेंथ मेजर करताय आणि तुम्ही लेंथ मेजर करण्यासाठी काय यूज करता आहे? से यू आर युजिंग scale, foot scale. Okay, now you know that your scale is calibrated. Here you have, in fact, what is 0, then 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Okay, so this is a scale that you are using to measure the length. Already the calibrations are there. Let us take these calibrations to be in centimeters. Okay, now it so happens that actually whenever you have a scale in perfection, the 0 mark should be perfect and each of this should be perfectly spaced. That means in between each of this there should be 10 millimeters distance. That makes up 1 centimeter. Barabar hai? Now see, when you have got the scale unknowing to you, this is 10 millimeters, here it is 10 millimeters, here it is 10 millimeters, but यहाँ 3 से 4 instead of 10 millimeters there is only 9 millimeters. Okay, so is this distance from 3 to 4 1 centimeter? No, this distance is definitely less than 1 centimeter. Okay, and now you are measuring something, you are accurately using that scale and measuring the length of an object. Okay, say for example I want to measure the length of this segment AB. Then what am I going to say? Length of this segment AB is, I have got 0 over here, 8 over here, then what I will say, this is 8 centimeters in length. Correct? But is it actually perfectly 8 centimeters in length? No. In actual this should be 7.9 centimeters in length, है ना? क्योंकि 3 से 4 ये डिस्टेंस 1 सेंटीमीटर का है ही नहीं. बराबर है ना? इसमें 9 millimeters का ही डिस्टेंस है, 10 millimeters का नहीं. So it is 0.1 centimeter less. So that makes this length actually to be equal to 7.9 centimeters. Now this is an error. But why has this error occurred? This error has occurred because the system itself is faulty. है ना? System is inaccurate. So systematic errors are those errors which are not determined by chance, but they occur, they happen, they are introduced by an inaccuracy which is inherent to the system. System में ही ये inaccuracy है. So in all, we will define the systematic errors as errors introduced due to inaccuracy inherent to system. Okay, such errors are called as systematic errors. Now, if we go for the sources of systematic errors, what are the sources of systematic errors? Then we find that these sources of systematic errors are right from the instruments that we are using to the observer who is using the instruments. So let us list down the sources of systematic error and I will explain you each of this type. The first source is the instrumental error. What is it? Instrumental error is the first source. Okay. Now in the instrumental error, the calibration of the instrument is defective. So instrument is defective in the instrumental error. So this is due to faulty instrument the instrument that we are using for measuring any aspect is faulty itself. Then what will be introduced? Instrumental error will be introduced. So this will be generally, in fact now you are going to use in your practicals the vernier calipers. Then this type of errors will lead to either a positive error in the vernier caliper or a negative error in the vernier caliper. Okay, when we say the error in an instrument is a zero error, then it becomes a perfect or leading to more perfection in the calibrations. So you can have instrumental errors introduced due to the faulty instrument. Like the example that I told you, the calibration in your scale that we had considered just right now. The calibration itself was faulty. That 1 centimeter distance was not exactly 1 centimeter. So आप कितने भी correctly measure करोगे तब भी error आने ही वाला है क्योंकि आपका instrument ही faulty है. So that leads to what is called as instrumental error. Okay. The second type of error, the systematic error, will be introduced because of imperfection in experimental technique. What is the second source? Imperfection in experimental technique. What do you mean by this imperfection in experimental technique? Many a times we do not use proper, correct or perfect technique of measuring the things. Okay. Say for example, if you have to measure the volume of a liquid. Okay. You have done this everyone students. You have used a measuring cylinder. आपने यूज किया ना measuring cylinder to measure what? The volume of the liquid. So this is the measuring cylinder which shows the calibration on its walls, right? So 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml, 10 ml, 5 ml, whatever it is. So this is a measuring cylinder. Now if you want to measure the volume of a given liquid, what are you going to do? You are going to pour that liquid in the cylinder. Say the liquid stands over here. So this is the liquid filled cylinder. Okay. Now, general, what is the way to, perfect way to observe this volume, record this volume, is you have to place this measuring cylinder on some very flat surface. So the measuring cylinder should be on a flat surface and you are going to observe that volume exactly coming to the eye level. So you cannot hold that measuring cylinder in your hand and then try and observe the volume. That is the faulty experimental technique. So many a times it so happens that we use faulty experimental techniques and that will introduce error in the reading. Such type of error will be the imperfection in experimental technique. Okay, so this is the second source of systematic error. What is the other source of systematic error? The third source of systematic error is personal error. What is it? Personal error. Now, what is personal error? Personal error is the error that is totally related to the observer. Error that is totally related to the observer, and such errors are introduced by the observer. Okay, so if you are taking any reading, if you are careless, every physical experiment needs to be that an observer should be perfectly careful, should not be biased in taking the reading, should take the readings with perfection. But if we take our examples, many a times in the lab we are so careless, right? So in this carelessness, what happens is that we take wrong readings. Say you have observed the reading carefully, you have observed the reading. Say length is 7.5 centimeters. But you are so careless that when you are penning it down, writing it down, you write it as 5.7 centimeters. है ना? ये होता है ना? So such errors which are because of the observer becomes personal error. Okay? So systematic errors are introduced due to inaccuracy that is inherent to the system. Sources of systematic error are instrumental error, imperfection in experimental technique, and personal error. Okay? Now what do you mean by random errors? Random errors. Random. The term random itself gives you what these errors are. Random errors are introduced in the reading even after we try to minimize the systematic errors to our best. मतलब आप पूरी तरह से सजग हो. ओके, आप ये तीनों सोर्सेस पे काम कर रहे हो जो सिस्टमैटिक एरर्स को इंट्रोड्यूस करने वाले हैं. आपने सब कुछ परफेक्ट करने की कोशिश की है और परफेक्टली ऑब्जर्वेशंस ले रहे हो, रीडिंग्स ले रहे हो. तब भी रीडिंग्स में जो एरर्स इंट्रोड्यूस होते हैं उन्हें कहा जाता है रैंडम एरर्स. व्हाट आर दीस कॉल्ड एज रैंडम एरर्स. अब इतना परफेक्शन होने के बाद भी व्हाई देयर शुड बी रैंडम एरर? It is because there are some aspects that are beyond our control. Okay, for example, say you are carrying out some experiment at a specific temperature. Okay, and it is with related to the room temperature. But tell me, does the room temperature remain the same throughout every time? No. So depending upon the conditions outside, atmospheric conditions, the room temperature keeps on changing. Okay, like you can consider right now, okay, in this rainy days, if it is cloudless, sunny conditions, room temperature is high, all of a sudden clouds will be coming, wind will be blowing, room temperature will become lesser. So that affects the observation. Then such type of errors introduced by factors which are not in our control will be called as random errors. What do we call them? Random errors. So what are the random errors? These random errors may be even after minimizing the systematic errors. Okay, these may be either positive, that means leading to a higher value, or negative, leading to a lower value. These errors, what we call as the random errors, cannot be eliminated. We cannot eliminate these errors. So these errors are due to, how are these errors due to? These are due to variations, that is changes. Variations or changes in conditions in which the experiment is carried out. So जो conditions में हम experiment carry out करते, changes in those conditions will lead to what are called as random errors. Okay, students? So go through this part, revise this, important from the point of view of examination.